Xbox. Okay. Hey, look, Whiterun.
They are
Gross.
heartless.
Children.
Yeah. What? Okay. They got fur shoulder pads. They're,
Now, you know
they're
the
definitely
quality
Vikings
of
because
the
they got
trailer.
fur shoulder pads.
Barbarians.
Ooh, some cleavage for the definitely for the audience that they're targeting.
Wow.
just Wiccan?
Way to just, you
What? Okay.
basically, yeah, basically.
They worship
is.
Santa.
The Witcher, even. By the way, dude, you know what really gets me about these
They
trailers
murder
sometimes? That the
and
quality
kill
looks so great
blindly.
for the cinematics,
Oh,
but then when it goes to the actual game,
I'm calling
it's
bullshit
like
on that.
choppy.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah. Well, also, why don't they just make a full like movie like this
Star the
instead of the
lands
shitty
of England.
CGI we have?
Oh, but he's a good dad. It's all good.
Never love.
Gross. More children. What? There should be less children in
The
everything.
time has come
Oh,
to speak to
okay,
them
this
this
is
guy.
England.
in a language they
King
will
Charles, probably?
understand.
No,
He looks
probably
like
King Alfred.
Not King Egbert.
Oh, I see. Alfred. Alfred the Great.
Yeah, it's King Alfred.
Okay.
They always pick the most dramatic
Ooh,
music
that's
for this
pretty,
shit.
That's pretty badass.
She's ready to go. She's
Probably from,
raring.
What is it? War Runs?
They all got cornrows too.
Yeah, wearing. Oh yeah, that was
Wearing mascara. Oh,
Oh,
dang.
Is it so?
God.
I never got this. So is Assassin's Creed supposed to be like a fantasy game, or is it just a straight? Like, what is it
Jeez,
like?
Ugh, they are unusually easy to behead.
it's an ancestor kind of thing. Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, so this kind of doesn't fall under the whole set.
Oh, they got him good. And
Oh wait.
What are these people made out of? Like Jello?
It's gonna be that guy, right?
the father / mentor is dead again.
But we're going so close to him in this short 2 minutes.
Okay. What is this?
Wonder if we're going into the Lothbrok family, or we're gonna be actually going.
Definitely not Ragnar Lothbrok.
I'm on the. No, I'm the. That was a seer right there. It looked like. Or no, it might have been Odin. He's with us. Odin. Yeah. Well, answer my question.
Hey, look, a bird.
Everyone's paused for a minute.
Who the? What?
Yo,
What the
it's
hell
mountain.
is this?
It's the mountain.
What the?
No, it's
Because
the,
that doesn't hurt. Holy
one
crap.
guy from the 300.
He's the main character. He can't be killed yet.
Now, this dude's got some plot armor.
This guy ain't even like.
What is this guy?
He's the mountain.
Yo.
Let me check with HR real quick.
Oh, what? Oh, he had the blade. Of course, you can't go without the blade in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, and by the way, he's an assassin. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, but
Fight
what does
conquer
that,
like
you
a
won't- you probably
Viking.
won't
Like-
do anything
like-
like that. Okay.
Like a Viking.
Okay.
So I'm always confused about Assassin's Creed. So is this a fantasy thing? Or what is it? Just tell me what it is.
Well,
It's a roll.
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
RPG.
Well, here's my major beef with Assassin's Creed. It's always been my Exhibit A with like pop culture, video games, movies, etc. will make people think wrong things about history. And I'm a history buff, so that really grinds my gears.
Well, the thing is, like, the real history isn't marketable and also doesn't have clear good guys or bad guys.
True.
So you can't exactly tell a compelling story about, like, Vikings because most of the time they're, literally killing people.
So I call bullshit like they're like, oh wait, Vikings wouldn't attack a woman and child. It's like they would be like, hey, look, easy, like slaves. Like, you guys want dibs? No, can I call?
Yeah, and they were doing other stuff too. Yeah,
and then
I just feel like this game does, like, from what it looks like, it doesn't really fall into the category of what we've witnessed in the past. I mean, because you know how like every of these characters, all these characters of Assassin's Creed have always been a little bit like, you know,
Like
secretive,
super
very
ninja-y,
sneaky.
but
Like
definitely
they're
not a
super
ninja.
secretive, but somehow they're everywhere. You know.
Yeah, but this guy, he's just like out in the, he's right out in the blue. He's literally fighting, and the only thing that really
He's
stood out was
he's
the
not
blade.
wearing a hood, and he's not like perched up like brooding like my city.
Yeah. So that's actually another question. Like,
Oh,
so
they'll have
it's
a hood.
obvious that this guy's doing his own thing, and like even like, but so like, are the assassins? Do they like? Are they an actual guild? Like, do they have a set desire and everybody follows their rules, or are they just people that are doing their own thing and then kill the Templars and then that's it?
I don't know what this game.
They all kind of fall into their own like
Yeah.
their own issues, really. I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
what this game looks like is basically they're like, okay, we want to get an entry in and capitalize on the Viking craze, and also it's Assassin's Creed.
Was it the Viking craze like a
Yeah,
while ago?
Yeah, this is a pretty late entry. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it crested probably 3 years ago.
I think it crested the pinnacle Viking video game was probably God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I'd say before that. I'd say
Yeah.
probably like the second or third season of Vikings, because that was one
Yeah.
of the things that's really kicked it off in America.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, really like the style
yeah.
itself.
Okay, historically speaking, I'm gonna hit a few things. First of all, they don't look like Vikings. Vikings were way less cool than people think they looked like.
they just look like regular
Yeah,
soldiers.
they look like regular. Yeah, they look like pretty much peasants. They didn't have like, you know, like everything looks like super anime
Fancy
as
armor.
far as weapons and armor and stuff. Secondly,
Right.
that guy he's fighting at the end, like with the scale armor and the centurion helmet, and like,
Well, I felt like that helmet was like a mix of like a Centurion helmet and what you would actually see like a Viking helmet.
well, yeah,
like,
it's got like the visor half helm thing,
Yeah.
but like, and then his sword was like a two-handed, like late Middle Ages sword. Like you wouldn't see swords like, you know, I don't want to be like that guy who's like, actually that sword, but like that's a couple hundred years at least off.
I don't play
Badass,
like
you know.
the Assassin's Creed games. Have you, Matt?
I played the first two, and then I played a little bit of the which one was it? The Black Flags, I believe. I played a little bit of that. I couldn't get into that one. I had a real hard time getting into that one. It just they're getting, I don't know, they're getting a little like all over the
I like
place.
follow kind of like the reviews of the games. It doesn't seem like they're doing anything really different with the gameplay, and like the storylines are still like the same thing. As far as I know, like, you know, they find somebody who has like the matching DNA, send it back in time, and then they fight the Templars, and then what? Then they
Come back.
to find like the
They just come
apples
back.
thing, right? the apples of the Eden, which is like, so is it like, that's what my question is, like, is it like a sci-fi thing, like, or is that a historical thing, or is it like a fantasy thing? Because it's like none of those at the same time.
I think they try to do all things at once, and
yeah.
people love it. I don't quite get it. Like I said, I'm more of a history buff, so I get very up in arms when it comes to historical inaccuracy. So I'm not gonna like it.
There is one Assassin's Creed game I kind of like. It's the one where it's like after the revolution and George Washington becomes a dictator. I like that
Right.
because of the story. That would be interesting. What would happen if George Washington was like crowned king and he became like a you know, a dictator? Like I thought that was interesting. But as far as like gameplay, it didn't like, I didn't see anything that stood out to me, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give this game a shot. I think I want to see what the hype is and see where it goes, and if it doesn't seem to follow the whole Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed
Wait,
storyline
here's
or
an-
sort of theme.
Yeah, here's another
then we'll
thing though.
see.
Like, isn't a big thing with Assassin's Creed the parkour aspect?
Yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, I think maybe they're trying to veer away from it because, you know, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, or anything, but
Try your best, Matt.
I think that
Nope. Nobody has ever not been a dick after saying that. But let's go ahead.
I'm sorry. I apologize, but I feel like with like parkour, you know, a lot of people are kind of like, you know, you kind of introduced me to a video about that where it's kind of like becoming like a back burner
Right.
kind of medium
Right.
of entertainment, and like I'm not saying it's not cool. Like trust me, I like watching it just as much as anybody else does. But like I feel like they're trying to veer away from that and trying to get more towards like the action packed of this thing. I think they're starting to aim not as much of assassin anymore, more of like just like
Viking.
not even a obviously a Viking, but like a badass soldier that just does not die. You know, we see all these things. Like I don't know, it's kind of interesting because, you know, in that trailer, you don't once see him build like huts.
Yeah,
or
no one wants to do
anything,
parkour
or
off of
even
one
kind of
story.
slip
Yeah,
by.
there's like nothing for them to do parkour. I mean, there's nature and stuff, but like, you know, people want to see like them on buildings and stuff.
Right, or jumping through trees, like, you know, or maybe just like hopping from Viking boat to Viking boat or something like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like somehow bring that parkourness or free running to it. But I feel like they kind of just, well, so looking at the timeline of it, maybe it's a little bit different because this one's kind of farther back. Maybe this is the farthest back one we've got so far.
I think Assassin's Creed is one of those things where I don't think it works very well as a video game, but as a movie or a TV series, it might work really well, especially if you want to do the parkour aspect.
Yeah.
It would have made a really good movie especially for the pirate theme, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
I know we're not.
And the revolution
I know
itself.
They'd be like,
the revolution.
They wouldn't be tying in like the hype of like Pirates of the Caribbean or anything like that, but have like a actual like Pirates of the Caribbean-esque Assassin's Creed pirate movie. That'd be pretty dope.
So, yeah, it's for those of you who don't know, like when I was younger, I used to practice parkour a lot. Never got super good at it, but I was really passionate about it.
I tried.
So that's where I'm coming from. So anything with parkour in it, I'm on board with, except Assassin's Creed because, like, I'm a sworn enemy of it. It's just not gonna work out.
Yeah, he's. It kind of boils his blood if you don't.
So
it grinds his gears.
It grinds my gears. So yeah, it's Yeah, I don't know. But like I think with this game, like this trailer, you're seeing like a convolute, like three things coming together that are kind of past fads, which are A, parkour, B, Vikings, and C, Assassin's Creed itself.
Yeah. And like again, I can't like it just doesn't make any sense. Like they like keep doing like the same thing over and over again for the plot. Like send someone back and like the Templars, like we know already.
Yeah,
like,
it's
we know this.
Yeah, it's like every year they come out with a new car. It's like, what's the difference this one? This is a car,
It's got 4 wheels.
Different.
Yeah. But like we're kind of seeing that with all games like Call of Duty,
Halo.
There's not a lot they can do. You know, if they change too much, they're gonna piss everybody off. If they don't change anything, they're gonna piss people off. It's a cash cow. They can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Plus, I think video games have a certain format that if you deviate from, it isn't as easy for people to pick up.
Yeah. Well, look at Fallout 76. You know, of course, that was bungled from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like you know, yeah.
That deserves its own show.
Yeah. It's like that. That should be like. Coming soon, Fallout 76 review. It's fucked.
It was terrible. It was a train wreck. We couldn't look away.
Just the logo comes up. The logo comes up.
Like, try to get like they had like a T-ball and then they try to catch it with no hands and they just ended up just picking up the T-stand, dropping the ball and hitting all their fans in the head.
They hit the coach. They hit the coach with a line drive. They did.
But that deserves its own thing. Well, maybe it's we'll see what happens with this one. Maybe it's maybe they'll have a battle royale in it just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any of you out there that have any opinions on this, you should let us know and tell us what you think because, you know, we'd like to hear it. And like I said, I'm going to give the game a try and see how it goes, and I'll let all of you know, or Jimmy and Jared, I'll let you guys know too.
And also, if you have any subjects you want us to go over, comment down below, or if you have any questions for us to do, we'll probably be putting up a poll onto Twitter for questionnaires.
All right. This has been an Area Nerdy 1 reaction video. I am Jimmy.
This is Jarrett reacting.
What's my name?
Are you calling me darling?
We put
right,
your
I'm
name on a
Boba
post-it
Fett.
note. Didn't you read it?
Jared Blizzdy changed your name to Marketing
where's the Post-it?
Incorporated. You've been sold.
Oh, okay. My name is Matt.
The
This has
second,
been
yeah,
the
this has
worst
been
bit
Matt.
that we've ever done.
the second T is silent, Matt.
Matt. Nope, no, I'm
I
not.
told you,
it's not
Jared
ringing a bell.
Blizzdy's not gonna like this when he finds out he didn't use his new name, Marketing Incorporated.
Well, he gave me that Mickey Mouse looking name tag.
Can't
that says
use Mickey
Matt
Mouse
on
after
it.
the split. You ding ding.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna delete all this, right?
Blicky rat.
Matt forgot his name. Of course we're gonna forget it.